Hello, everyone. Welcome. Good evening. Welcome to Living Paranormally with me, Paranormal Pixie Laura. It's good to see you all. Well, so to speak. With my setup, I don't necessarily see who's in the chat room until afterwards, but I'm so glad to have all of you here. Sorry I wasn't able to stream last week. Um, the weather's been pretty rough to me. And so with my fibromyalgia, there's a lot of side issues that come along with that I can't tell you from one minute to the next how I'm going to feel. I'm still feeling the effects of it pretty harshly because of the weather that's moving through. We've got a big storm system. It's cloudy. It's been raining all day. So I'm probably going to keep this on the light side tonight, but I'm so happy to have all of you here and glad that you could join me to just come together and have a safe space to be with each other. So, let's see, things that I'd want to cover this evening. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with our usual. And, if you haven't been here before, welcome. Please like, subscribe. Um, Gemma is kind-hearted enough to allow me to use her channel as a platform so that I can stream and give sort of a little sanctuary spot for all of us to land every couple of weeks and connect with each other. I know a lot of you go to different streams. You see me in the chat. That's one of the things that I can do on those bad fibromyalgia days is I can get in there in the chat and make connections with people. But I like being able to create a space where we can come together and just take that deep breath, and it goes with the title. That's part of living paranormally, is that we carry around a lot of that stressful energy um, that we come in contact with each and every day. Whether it's the person we meet at the grocery store that, maybe they just got a ticket um, for where they parked, even though it wasn't, they shouldn't have got the ticket. So they're mad about that. So that they're putting out that energy. And then you've got the lady who is just exhausted beyond belief because her baby has colic and she's crying and the baby's crying. And so then you've got that energy. And you don't realize until the end of the day that by the time you get home, every ounce of that energy you have come in contact with is now in your shoulders or your body or your head because you've picked it up and you're carrying it with you as you go. And so to live in this world that we do, we need to look at that and how do we get rid of that ick? How do we rebalance our bodies? How do we, on those days when we can't do, a full cleansing or listen to music or whatever, how do we live in a way that allows us to still be ourselves, still grow, still feel like we can breathe? And so I've got my candle here and I'm going to light it tonight for us. And so for right now, because of what I'm going through, um, and there's a lot of people both in the US and abroad that are experiencing the need for healing in a lot of different ways, whether that's mental, physical, um, societal. I'm going to light it for healing tonight. And that we receive healing from source, from the universe, from our past loved ones, our current loved ones. in whatever ways that suit what we need best, allowing us to shed our skin like a snake would shed their skin and emerge renewed. Now, a lot of you don't know this, but the snake is actually, in a lot of cultures, considered a very powerful emblem of renewal because of the way that a snake sheds its skin to grow, to continue to live. And I bet there's some of you out there that didn't know this, that period of growth that we all experience, that period of healing that we all experience, that can be so rough, so traumatic, so tumultuous. Um, that during that period when a snake is shedding its skin, it goes blind. It cannot see until it has shed its skin and its body has relaxed into its new state of being. And so I know that we all feel that when we're in need of that healing, that balance, that shedding, that we kind of do get blinders on to everything else other than that situation that we're in. And so, in the hopes that this brings us all just a little bit of healing, eases the energies, I'm going to light my candle for healing in all the ways and all the forms that we need from the universe, God, Goddess, Source, however you choose to see it. Let this bring it to us. And then I'm going to clear the energy of my space, do a little energy clearing for you. Tonight I'm going to do something different. This is actually, it's frankincense with dragon's blood. And two very sacred concoctions, resins that come together that they actually even call this one protection. So for a little protection for all of us while we're going through these tumultuous times, while we're going through a period of time that we need a little healing, I'm going to light this instead. And I'm going to light it actually from my candle. And as always, out there, if you are, lighting candles, working with anything that's burning, be careful. Use fire safe containers. If you can, make sure you've got um, a way to put it out if you need to. So I'm just going to do a little energy clearing of myself. And, you see me pass it under my arms. I will pass it down below me, around my legs, my feet. For those of you that aren't aware of the practice, it's running through the energetic field around my body to kind of help cleanse and clear and work with that. And because my husband has been having problems with allergies, I'm also going to promptly extinguish it with thanks to the universe. Set that down so it might shake the camera a little bit. Every week that I stream, I try to bring a couple of different stones to you, depending on what I feel called to, or the cards that I pull. And I had to pull Bloodstone because I've been working with Bloodstone, and it is considered a very healing stone. Bloodstone is actually a combination, and I've got a piece here. Um, it's usually you'll see it. It's mostly um, green jasper, sometimes a little green adventuring. You've got red jasper in there. That's what makes the little spots look like drops of blood. And then quartz. And so you can kind of see it's sort of translucent there. Part of that is quartz, part of that is green adventuring. Um, so bloodstone is a perfect stone for healing of any kind. It strengthens the root chakra and promotes closure and healing in emotional situations. It also gives you the confidence to face challenges, instills the courage to move forward, and carries encouraging and comforting energy. Bloodstone is a healer across both the physical and spiritual planes. And when I first started on my healing journey and working with stones, bloodstone was actually the very first one that I picked up on the recommendations of my teacher, Athena, um, because I was working on getting past the spinal pain and the fibro pain that goes along with it. And I actually, not only did I get a piece to meditate with, but I took a small piece of it, it was fairly flat, and put it in the layers of the mattress pad underneath where my spine is at, where the pain was the worst. And I find it to be a very comforting energy. Like when I rub my hands over the palm stone, it's almost that feeling of when mom would bring you a bowl of warm soup and put a blanket around your shoulders when you're sick. That's what its energy reminds me of. And so, for those of you out there that whether you're working on physical healing or emotional healing or wanting to send healing out to others, this is one that I would recommend you think about getting. Bloodstone is an inexpensive stone to buy. Little palm stone like this one isn't real thick. Anywhere from $8 to $15, depending on its weight and where it's sourced from. So it's not super expensive. The little tumbles, I think I paid $1 a piece for. And here's its card. If you want to screenshot that, there we go. That's a little better. And its affirmation is, I am worthy of healing, mind, body, and spirit. Yeah, and I think we all are. Then the next one that I was called to grab the card for is Charoite. And Charoite is actually this beautiful, layered, has almost a pearlescence to it, stone, um, and comes in various shades of purple. So hopefully I can, yeah, there we go, get the camera to focus on it. And this is just a small piece of it here. Charoite is known as the warrior stone, and it promotes courage, optimism, and originality. It prompts insights on past, present, and future challenges, gently guiding you to your highest path. It's a crown chakra gem. It's perfect for spiritual evolution and integration. If you're undergoing a time of transformative expansion and soul work, charoite will serve as a gemstone companion. Here is its card, and its affirmation is I welcome transformation with ease and grace. And healing your body is definitely transformation from one way of being to another. So the two of those together would be very good to work with. Then the last stone that I was called to, and this one again, like charoite, these two were intuitive pulls. I didn't look at the cards, I pulled them because it was what I was called to do. And the last one is danbarite. So I'm going to hold up a piece of danbarite for you here and get it to focus. And, to the camera, it has an appearance a bit like selenite. It's a little heavier, a little denser. If it had a different color to it, you would think that maybe it was a tourmaline, like a white tourmaline. Danbarite is called the Great Healer or the Stone of Enlightenment and brings divine compassion. It's used in body scanning to identify the root cause of pain and remove energetic blockages. Danbarite is considered a Synergy 12 crystal, which sometime I'll teach you about the Synergy 12, that activates the soul star chakra as a stone of the white ray, like a direct line from higher realms. And just to touch on the Synergy 12, they are a group of stones that are considered to be the ones that a healer or someone going through healing or a crystal master um, should one should have in their kit. Sort of the best of the best toolkit, if you will. With Danbarite, its affirmation is I allow divine healing and compassion to manifest in my life. And here's its card. And so with these three stones, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a little healing altar. And both for myself and for the collective, all of you out there that are in need of healing, whatever it may be, I'm going to keep them there for the duration and ask that the energies also be sent out to all of you as well as myself. And so I hope that helps. Plus, I hope that you all are still enjoying, learning about the various stones and their considered metaphysical properties. I know that as I'm going along with this journey, I'm learning more as well. And, there are times I want to say, maybe I don't believe in this stuff. There are times I say, Yeah, maybe I do believe in stuff. I look at it from the metaphysical point of view, and I look at it from the scientific point of view. And I have to try to find that balance within myself of, okay, what is its truth to me? And so do each of all of you. But I hope that at least with sharing this information, it makes it just a little bit easier for you to find your truth and your way of living your best paranormal life. Then, because I don't want to drag on too long, again, like I say, I've had a pretty rough week. I did want to talk to you about journaling briefly and how journaling can allow us to also receive messages from not only our guides, our guardians, our loved ones, but from our higher self, from the universe, God, goddess, source, whatever you want to call it, the force. May the force be with you. Um, that when you journal, you get the opportunity to express words in however you want. You can use bad English, make all of our past English teachers cringe, you know. Who needs punctuation? Throw it out the door. No. But whether it's a channeled bit of poetry or thoughts that come to you that you feel are important enough to hold on to, you can write them down. And they may be relevant at the time, they may not. They may never be more important than they were at the very moment you wrote them down. Or you may come back a week, a month, a year later and look at those words and go, oh my, wow, the emotions, the thoughts, the feelings of what I was going through, what I was expressing. You know, it can be pretty powerful. They may be thoughts that once you've written them down, once you've gotten them out of your system, that you want to fold them up and you want to take them to a fireplace and you want to burn them because these aren't for anybody else. They're for you to express out and get them out of your system. That's a very healing process, by the way. Um, one of the things that I did when I was in high school, and I was seeing a counselor on a regular basis, just trying to get through day-to-day struggles. And periodically, she'd have us write letters to ourselves, express all the things that frustrate you right now that you can't control, and how you feel about it, and write it all down, and then we're gonna take them out. We're gonna burn them. We're gonna let them go. Transmute the energy, and just the process alone is a very healing process. Um, I like to write down little poems and thoughts, um, things that I feel like are important that maybe I need to know for later or share with you. Poetry, for instance, and ideas. Thinking about doing a little poetry book. You all know I have a great love for cats. And I find their energy amazing. They're very intuitive, and very, actually, a lot more compassionate than some people realize. But I wrote this quick little poem about Ladybug because when she gets in a happy mood, we call her Ricky Bobby. And if you've ever seen Talladega Nights, you'll get the reference of when she's got to be there first. Because if you're not first, you're last. And she doesn't know where she's going, but she's going to be there first. And so this little poem goes: She who runs through open doors and up and down the hallway floors, her green eyes sparkle in the night, playing, pouncing with delight. Yeah, that about sums her up. And, it's those little things that you'll come back to, like I said, a week, a month, a year later, and you'll read that and it'll make you smile. I wanted to talk to you about a channeled message, a downloaded, as some call it. I've always called them channeled messages. They're just like, okay, this is something I need to write down. Came out of the blue, and it was about how energy flows through the body. And so I know a lot of you have heard me talk many times now about the human toroidal field, the energetic field, scientifically proven, that surrounds our bodies. It flows, it almost looks like a donut as it flows in and up and around through our body, creating this energy field. Extends about 12 inches out, the primary part of the field does. Though gurus and teachers, divine masters, will tell you that that energetic body actually continues much, much further out. But the primary field is that space, that 12-inch space around our physical being. And here's a test for you. Have somebody sit beside you with their arm behind you and have them move their hand up behind the back of your head without touching your hair, but into that 12-inch gap behind your head without looking at them with your eyes closed. Practice and see if you can sense when their hand comes into your field. Energy, as I've always seen it through my psychic knowing, flowing through the body, flows. If I go from my hands, which unbeknownst to me, energy healers, energy workers, they move energy through their hands. And I didn't find this out until I've been doing it intuitively. But your palms are energy centers. Think of them like a directional satellite. Okay. So you receive energy through your left palm and you send that energy through your right palm. Now, I'm ambidextrous and I can physically feel when I focus and I shift the direction of the way the energy flows, whether it's flowing if you looked at me top down, whether it's flowing clockwise or counterclockwise through my body. Okay. I don't know, and I haven't had the chance to talk to someone who's an energy worker that is left-handed predominant to see if for them, if they feel that that flow of energy goes out the left hand and in the right hand instead of the other way around. If you're out there and you do energy work and you're left-handed, let me know. I'm I'm always learning and I'm curious to see what that says for or what that means and try to learn more and understand it. You can tell fibro fog is hitting, but as this energy is channeled through the body, it makes a pulse around and around and around this way. And if you sit in a group of people and you hold hands, right hand to their left hand to their right hand, and if you've ever done a prayer circle, a drum circle, um, chanting, um, singing, and you've held hands like that, after a while you'll begin to feel this boom, boom, boom as the energy naturally pulses along these energy lines. They used to have an exhibit here at our science museum. And it had two copper plates, okay? And you would you were supposed to put your left hand on the left one, your right hand on the right one, and it would measure your bioelectricity, the electric field going or electricity going through your field. Okay. Well, the average person, when they would touch those plates, it would go up to maybe a 10, 15. When I put my hands on those plates, I would peg it all the way to 50, and it was just pegged. Take my hands off the plates, and it would stop. I could reverse it. I could reverse it two ways. I could reverse it by focusing my energy and concentrating on which direction I was allowing the energy to spiral and then put my hands on the plate. I could also swap my hands. And again, I would peg it. My husband, one way, the normal way, 5, 10, switch hands, nothing. And I don't know, and I am very curious to understand more about this. If it had more to do with me as an individual and how I could focus my thoughts, does it have more to do with how my body chemistry is? Is my body more acidic? That sort of thing. So keep that in mind though about the flow of energy as you go around and like you touch an object, or maybe for me, for instance, when I go to buy a stone from a gem store, whatever, and I'll usually put it in my left palm and put my right hand over it and move it back and forth until I actually can kind of feel almost a little bit of a magnetic pull of what that energy feels like. And in some cases, it almost feels like the stone starts to do this as I move my hand back and forth. And I can do that with this hand on a table, held completely still, but because I'm working within my own energy field, I can feel the difference. Energy also, you can run energy through your body as a method to help cleanse and clear um, and ground by putting your feet on the ground. Bare feet, go out in the dirt or touch wood. Wood is always a good one to ground with. Um, or simply, okay, maybe you're up on the third floor and you can't go out and feet in the grass. Focusing again your thoughts, your way of being down through your body, through your feet, and imagine it almost like tendrils of a vine going down further and further and further until it gets down into the ground. Well, that energy, you can run that energy both directions. You can run it from source, from above you, through your crown chakra and down and into the earth as a way to ground by clearing out that negative energy. But you can also bring that earth energy back up through you, up and out. And, let's get back to my note here. There's something else I wanted to, so when you are feeling disease, um, illness, pain, and so forth, think about closing your eyes, putting your feet on the ground, or uh, sitting crisscross applesauce, as Sarah says. Um, Focusing your energy, paying attention to, okay, what do I feel within that area around my body? And you can use the palm of your hand, of your right hand. What I will do is I will put this palm, my left palm, up. So it's acting as sort of an antenna for energy from here and then down through me. But then I'll use my right palm and through my energetic field. Oh, that feels tingly. I'll get static sometimes. And but I can feel the energy of each of my chakras. And I'll close my eyes and envision each of those and use that as a way to read the energy of a person and where blockages might be. And yeah, I've got a big one right there right now that I'll be working on. And work your way through your own chakras and your own energy field to see where there might be something stuck. I know part of what this is, that stuck energy, is it's almost Mother's Day. I don't know because of my physical disability if I'm going to be up to making the 100-mile drive each way to go see my mom for Mother's Day. Yeah, I'll give her a call. I'll touch base with her. But it's hard when you live at a distance, especially when you've got an ailing parent and you don't know how long they're going to be here. So, I've got a little bit of energy work, healing work I need to do around my heart chakra. Oh, and I've got a Romeo who's saying hello. Um, 3 deep breaths. So when you do feel that stuck energy, that need for healing, take a moment and take those 3 deep breaths. Close your eyes, ground down, feel your energy, and take a deep breath in and release. A deep breath in and release. And one more breath in and release. And yeah, you're probably going to feel a little buzzy because that oxygenates your blood, it gets your system going. But it's also going to help kind of allow you to release some of the tension in your shoulders and in your body, um, allowing for you to relax a little bit, allowing for your system to heal. So, with that said, I'm going to finish it up here. I know that our sweet Gemma has her live one card intuitive oracle Friday night, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, right here. Please try to make it in a little early if you can. Get your name on the list right away. Let them know in chat if you have to leave early when you're in the stream. They always try to make compensation and move you up in the list. Some of our gemstones out there are on the other side of the pond, and so for them, our 7:15 is 3 o'clock in the morning over there. So we understand. Then check for the weekend. Stephen may be streaming Saturday night. We'll see how things go. All goes well, and we'll be able to see him there. Next week, watch out for Gemma's stories on Monday and Chill and Chat on Tuesday. Coffee Talk, they will be talking again, her and Stephen, and possibly our newest guest. So I hope that each of you has a wonderful week and a blessed weekend. I will probably see you in the chat room for Friday night, though it's going to depend on how I'm feeling because I'm trying to really take it easy on myself. With love, light, and blessings to each and every one of you, have a good night and take care, everyone. Bye bye.